tale of Icarus exemplifies the dire consequences of hubris. I learn firsthand of these consequences as I make my first attempt to Nuzlocke FireRed. I start my journey to become the premier champion of bestial blood spores by reminding a boomer nerd what my name is. Following this, the probable dementia patient inquired as to the name of his own grandson. Feeling sorry for the old dude, I remind him. This introduction accomplished, I make my way out of town with flagrant disregard for the fact that I am, in fact, a child. In the process, the aforementioned boomer stops me. Surely, this is a moment of lucidity in his aging mind. Nope, he wants to give me a pet. I pick a turtle, because I like turtles. His grandson picks the walking cabbage. His grandson, aka Assbutt, starts mouthing off, so my turtle taught his cabbage a lesson. Leaving Assbutt mourning the loss of his beloved vegetable, I make my way to the next town on some obscure errand for Dr. What's-His-Name. With the turtle by my side, I brave the terrors of Route 1 and emerged on the other side unscathed. I grabbed the pile of random crap from the store and brought it back to Doc, and am rewarded with a pile of balls. Now my journey has truly begun. I use these balls to make some new friends and run into another creepy old man along the way. He rambled about ball handling for a bit. I humored him because he's old and will probably die soon, but before long, I head out to move on to continue filling out my roster. As I am doing so, Assbutt comes back and wants to rumble, so I oblige and smash his face in. Roster now overflowing, I head off to the first test of my mettle, Brock, the rock guy. However, Brock the rock guy is no match for the hurt dished out by my Turt, and he is dispatched with relative ease. I take his stuff and set out on my next challenge. I leave Pewter City behind in search of a worthy foe, making my way through routes 3 and 4 and Mount Moon, smashing trainers and enslaving animals as I do so. After a brief run-in with an organized crime syndicate that is for some reason interested in paleontology, I arrive in Cerulean City, where my next challenge awaits. I know the gym leader here likes water sports, and I endeavor to acquire some grassy guys to counter this moist strategy. In doing so, I am once again accosted by Assbutt. Once again, I show this loser what's what, and make my way across a bridge filled with trainers. These fools acquiesce to my superiority, and I find some grass-type friends in the fields beyond. I follow the path for a time, and eventually arrive at this building. Inside, it seems as if some mad scientist has turned himself into a Pokemon in a sanitized version of Jeff Goldblum in The Fly. I help this abomination in the eyes of God and am rewarded with a ticket for a cruise ship. Grass guys now in tow, I make my way towards the second gym leader. This fight is not much more difficult than Brock the Rock guy, and my grassy friends make short work of this aquatic enthusiast. With 2 badges now under my belt, I am still unsatisfied. I long for a worthy opponent and head off in search of such. Little do I know that my wish will be granted in spades. I make my way through an active crime scene, disturbing every bit of evidence I come across. Once I am satisfied with my work, I leave town and journey onto Vermilion City. I arrive at my destination full of confidence. I have yet to encounter any trader that even posed a semblance of a threat. With this thought in my head, I saunter off to the cruise ship with my sights set on acquiring Cut and facing off against the third gym leader. The boat poses no real threat. I beat all the occupants until they hand over their cash and make my way to the captain's quarters to learn Cut. I'm once again accosted by Mr. Assbutt, and once again put him down like the dog that he is. Finally, Cut is mine, and I leave the boat and all of its floating glory. As the boat sails off into the horizon, it hits me. The next gym leader may actually pose a threat. He's known for using electric-type Pokemon, and my cadre of birds and a turtle gets dumpstered by these zealous sappers. No worries, I thought. I'll just go into this here cave and catch a groundy lad. Easy peasy. But it was not easy. Nor was it peasy. My groundy lad easily handles most of the zappy lads in the entrance area. I was still confident as I toiled away at maybe the dumbest puzzle in video game history. After banging my head against these trash cans for long enough, eventually the electric gate opened and I sallied forth to Surge and my doom. Douglas had put up a valiant fight throughout most of the gym, and even the first two of Surge's Pokemon. But then came the instrument of my demise, the premier Zap Rat. Doug tried his hardest, but the rat was too quick, stacking double team upon double team until he was nigh unhittable. Then he pivoted into his offensive maneuvers. Dr. Odd, DDS, forestalled the end, for but a moment, but the rat could not be touched and eventually wiped my entire squad. I watched as the last sliver of health left my final minion, and he crumpled to the ground slain. Like Icarus, I let my hubris get the better of me. I had flown too close to the sun, and now, as the screen darkened, I was plunged into the unforgiving sea as my run came to an end.